Greetings, church. Pastor Tim here. I want to share some words with you on this midweek. I haven't had an opportunity to do this for quite some time, so I'm going to take the opportunity now on what is ostensibly the one-year anniversary of this coronavirus debacle. It's not the kind of anniversary that you normally celebrate, but we do mark it and remember how life used to be so different before March of 2020. I'm thinking a little bit about how our routines have changed. Certainly the way we work, or the way we go to school, or the way we go out to eat, or don't go out to eat. I want to tell you about a routine that I've had for most of my adult life. Most every morning I would come downstairs and go out to the driveway and retrieve the newspaper. Then I'd come into the kitchen table and make the coffee and get the Cheerios and open the paper and begin my day by reading the news. I noticed about 6 months into this virus that I was feeling anxious after breakfast, that I would often drive to church with a little bit of discouragement, just a bit unsettled. And I thought it might have something to do with the fact that even though I don't read the newspaper anymore, now I log on to the computer and subscribe to a paper which gives me up-to-the-minute news, for better or worse. And I think it had something to do with reading that news. So as I said, about half a year ago, I changed my routine. Now, first thing in the morning, I come down and make the coffee and get the Cheerios, but I do my devotions with my little blue devotional that I've been using for 40 years since I graduated from seminary. It is a way for me to frame the day as a reminder about who's in charge, about the kingdom that is coming and is in the midst of us right now, about what is real, at least as God tells us what's real. And it's made a difference in the way I frame my day. Just by, instead of opening the computer and looking, but beginning by looking up. And a while back, I read this story about an amateur archaeologist by the name of Marcelino de Sacciuola. Back in 1875, he discovered a cave on the north coast of Spain. It didn't look as though it had ever been investigated before. He spent quite a bit of time investigating the rubble, looking around at the cave. But after a few months, he decided it didn't seem like anything of interest was really there. But a short time afterwards, he went to Paris for an exhibition of Ice Age art and relics, and his curiosity was piqued again. So he returned to that cave. Now, he'd been in and out of that cave for about 4 years. One day, he took his daughter, Maria, and while he was sifting through the relics, she, of course, ventured a little bit further into the cave. Not far, 20, 30 feet maybe. And all of a sudden she called out, "Papa, look, oxen!" And he came down to see what she was talking about. He looked up with his headlamp, and there on the ceiling of the cave were bison. Ancient art. Maria, his 9-year-old daughter, had just discovered one of the most significant ancient art drawings, the Altamira cave paintings, which subsequently were discovered to be somewhere between 25 and 35,000 years old. And this 9-year-old discovered them. So Marcelino had been within a few feet of a monumental treasure for 4 years, and he had never discovered that treasure because he never looked up. Never once looked up. Thank God for 9-year-old daughters. Sometimes children can teach us some things that we need to learn or relearn. It does make a difference the way we begin our day, how we frame our minds. I read some words from the prophet Isaiah here to close us out. Look at the sky, the ancient prophet said. Who created the stars? Who gave them each a name? Who leads them like an army? The Lord is so powerful that none of those stars are missing. And don't you know, haven't you heard? The Lord is the eternal God, creator of the earth. God never gets weary or tired. God's wisdom can never be measured. Not bad words, on which to start the day. I commend them to you. Have a good day.